Okay, the thing I want to talk about in this video For Honor is what I want to see as when the Wulin faction is completed with the newest heroes and will come out. No, sorry, will showcase today in the Warriors Den and will come out sometime in November. I don't know when, but the thing I really want to see is a mercenary faction for the Wulin. And what I think should be very nice as a mercenary faction is one is this assassinate warrior, a Turkic warrior, and a Mongol warrior, and a Tibetan warrior. It should be very nice to see a very diverse mixed of Asian warrior culture. It should be very cool to see. There's so many different weapons the many different Turkic tribes have. I cannot say all the name of the Turkish tribe, the Bulgars, the Avars, the Huns, the Shangnu, the Gepids. It's many different Turkic tribes. So it's impossible to say them all. But I just want a Turkic tribe faction as a mercenary for the Chinese. And then I want a Tibetan warrior, and then I want assassinate, and of course, last but not least, a Mongol, and so on. So I think this will be very nice, and I also very much look forward to see how the new map gonna look like for the new hero. This is the first time ever we have a Chinese map for a Chinese hero in this game. So it's gonna be very interesting to see that how different they're gonna look from the Japanese the samurai map, and it's gonna be very interesting to see all that for me. I'm really I really much like the Wulin faction. Is my favorite faction in this game. I remember before the Wulin I played lots of the samurai, but I never ever feel like belonged to the samurai in this game. It was like it was like the Viking, the knight, and the samurai in the beginning, and it was always like forced play. Like you always feel you're forced to play the samurai. If you don't like the Vikings, and you especially don't like the knights. So there was like only way and when the Wulin come, that was perfect. Like you can just lead the samurai and join the Chinese warriors. It was perfect, and so I really hope that they give the same respect and love for the Wulin faction as they have give to the other faction in the For Honor game. So I really think that the Wulin deserve. I have said it so many times, deserve own faction emblem and own faction, so they can belong to the faction war map. I think they deserve that. So just bring them in the faction war. They have 5 heroes now when the new hero is out, and they deserve to join the war map. So you are not, they cannot call them a faction till they are in the faction war map. When they are not in the map, they are not a real faction. I'm really serious now. It is too lazy. I really think I want them to be joined in the faction war. And they have to do that because every other, like Samurai Knight, Viking, all of them are in faction. And you have the Wulin, they have their own symbol with the dragon and the purple globe in the claw of the dragon, but they are not in the faction war. So they have to fix that. They have to put them in the faction war, and they're gonna give them a new map. Today we're gonna see the new map, and then this is a speculation. I think in the end of the Warrior stream today, they will show the next new heroes. Some will come out. I think year 4 or year 5 will come out. I just think that this is a speculation. I don't know. I just speculating now. It's just a speculation. And I really hope that they're gonna put in a mercenary for the Wulins, or they're gonna do a Indian faction, or like Persian faction, or an North African faction. Should be very nice to see. So like a mercenary for the Wulins, or African, or Persian, or Rajput faction. It should be very nice to see. Or they're gonna announce the new For Honor 2. It should also be very, very nice to see For Honor 2 released, and so on, and this kind of thing, and so on. Yeah, and that is one of the things what I look forward to in the Warriors Den today, is that always is the new hero with his Mao Dao, his long sword, is one of the things I really look forward. How much similar do he gonna play as Kensei? For both of them have similar kind of swords. They are of course different, but they're very, very similar. The Mao Dao and the Kensei sword. I forgot the name of the Kensei sword, but they are like the Japanese longsword and Chinese longsword, and they are both looks very similar, and they are different. Of course, they are different too. Of course, and my speculation of his gameplay was like that he can change his grip on his sword, how he move. If he move like on the right side, he can cut on the left side, and he move on the left side, he can cut on the right side, and he can use the both hand and one hand with his sword, like a combination, so he can flip the sword to different hands when he fight. This is one speculation for him. I absolutely don't know anything. It's a speculation for him. And I have seen some picture of this guy, and yeah, he looks normal, and of course they should look normal. Like, it's very important if you have seen the new picture for the new Wulin hero. If you have seen the picture, you have to remind yourself that they always gonna look extremely boring, look like in the beginning in the game. They're always gonna look boring. That is a very good point, that if they look boring when you have a common when you start with a hero, they should look boring, and you should work them up till you get a legendary armor set to the hero. Then they look cool. So if they look cool in the beginning, nobody gonna train them up. They are very For Honor creators are very good when they're creating armor set for different heroes in this game. They really know that people gonna go crazy over a cool armor or cool weapons set, but they're not gonna put the cool armor set in the beginning. They're not gonna give a level 1 Wulin or Wulin player an awesome armor, so it looks similar to armor that are till level 12 or level 14. So he gotta look boring in the beginning, of course. The first armors are gonna look boring, and the second one a little better, and then the last one, they should be like that. The last one gonna be the best. They're always going to wait to the final level up, and then you get the best armor. For that, you deserve the best if you train long with it. So that is a good. And of course you can use the loot box. Of course you can use this kind of thing, but you still have to level up, and you can forget the better armor. For that, the more level you have, you can get like a common, rare. It's many different stages and legendaries, and I think that is like different stages. and you have all the stages for the and they should be like that in every game. I think every game should be like that. That you're gonna get the good armor when you're a high level. You should start boring. You should look boring, and you should play as a boring character, and then you get better clothing, better armor, and then you look cooler, and then you have train more, and then you are better. And of course, you can also use money to look good, and you are still bad, but you look good. And prepare what you want to do with your money, or you want to save money or train instead. I think the smarter thing to do when you play a game is always to train to be better and save money for better things, to new games, new things. But people do what they want. It's not my business to say what people should do with the money when they do a game, when they play games. Yeah. So don't freak out if you are a Wulin faction fan. Don't freak out. He have to look boring in the beginning, and then he gonna look cooler in the end when you have the higher level, have more armor to it, and so on. So just don't freak out. It's similar to like a peasant and a king. A king should always have more cooler armor. Like if you go to a reality talk now, if you go to a museum, a king's armor will always look better, and a common soldier's armor in a museum is always going to be like the same for the horse armor. It's always going to be much more detailed with flowers, fishes, gold, and so on. It's always going to look cooler for the king, and that is the same with For Honor mentality. The higher rank you are in the level, the more king-like you're going to look like in the game. You are a peasant when you are low level, and you are a king and an emperor when you're higher level. And that is the way they think in For Honor. They think that way when they put armor on the heroes, and to the Vikings and to the knights and the samurais and the Wulin. They always gonna, with the weapons too, they're gonna start with very basic handle, basic sword blade, and they're gonna move up to it better and better and better, and so on. And then of course people can say everybody have different tastes, but they're gonna show in the box set what kind of things looks good, and that is the way it's gonna be. And then is a total different thing how we play like. It's a totally different thing. It's one thing with how he look like and how his upgrade. It's a totally different thing if it's an easy hero to handle, or if it's a hard hero to handle. It's a different matter. And if you like something, you will train with it, even if you die maybe 12 or 1,000 times when you play this one. So, and it's very big, very common that he gonna be overpowered, and then you can just wait and to see if he gonna be buffed, or you still play. Like every new hero is always gonna be overpowered in every game, always in some shape or form. And I don't think that is. You just have to learn the new hero. Every time you come in a new hero, he's gonna play different from the rest of the heroes, and he's gonna be a different moveset. Especially the new 4 heroes for the Year of the Harbinger. All of them have different kind of moveset and are played some bit different from the other heroes. Some more and some less. And we just need to accept that and wait for all people get angry all the time because of that, and they just want to leave the game. You have to understand that it takes a long time for a company to change things. It's not like you buying a bubble gum in the store and you just open the bubble gum packet and you put a bubble gum in your mouth and so on. It's a very long time to make a game and to make graphic to the maps and everything. So people, some game creators are much faster, and other game creators to fix bugs and fix this kind of thing. And just like that. But For Honor is maybe one of the best to make a hero look interesting. I can really say that they're maybe not the best in time to fix bugs. Maybe they are not, but they are one of the best to make interesting warriors for people who like play warriors against other warriors. Will never ever have a meeting in that time period in any way in history. So they are very good in that way. Yeah. So soon today we can all see the new hero, how he move, how he swing the sword, and all that kind of thing. Yeah, and that is everything what I want to say. And you can leave me in the comment what kind of faction you want to see, what kind of mercenaries you think is good for the Wulin, if they're gonna get any new faction or any new mercenaries or any kind of this thing. Yeah, bye.